it going?
Good. The interview's done. We're done.
Ready?
Let's do it.
Okay.
This is something new for anybody that follows GoGo. We're going to do a blues and A.
Has that not happened on the GoGo
It's
page?
never happened before.
You made it sound like it was old hat.
You know, so who better than Paul to do a blues and A?
It's all about blues and A at the end
That's
of the day.
right.
Mike and I have this kind of running joke. He says every time he does something like this, or he has a jam or anything, they're like, let's play a blues and A. And I told him, I will never, ever call blues and A when you and I are playing together.
And that was the first thing we did.
And I can do it again. And I
Yes,
think
you
that
can.
it's a formula that people will never, ever grow tired of.
It's a good go-to. I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
I feel it. All right. Awesome. Killer.
So, I'm here with Paul.
How's it
Cold
going?
Shoulders,
Absolute pleasure to be here.
the latest and greatest.
Nah, well,
On
thank
many
you.
levels,
Thank
to the
you.
GoGo family.
Thank you. It's an absolute honor and pleasure to be here and to represent.
Yeah, I have to say it's pretty cool for me. I mean, listening to your stuff, I've become like a huge fan.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank
and,
you so much.
You know, we talk a lot on the phone.
That's that traffic in Los Angeles.
Yes,
I have a
yes.
feeling every
You're-
time I get a call around 5 o'clock LA time.
You know it's me. But you definitely have, like, for me, it's a very addictive record. I don't know
Thank
exactly
you.
what it is. Maybe putting crack in the, I don't know what it is.
I just think that we didn't, no is not a word in our vocabulary. And anytime that we can try something, we do. We just push the boundaries for not only what we think pop music should be, but for ourselves. And so I think with the sense of discovery and wonder and maybe not knowing what's wrong, you know, not knowing any theory behind how to make a hit record or to do what we need to do to make good songs, we came out with something that we were just proud of and thought was, I don't know, something that we were just happy to share. And our enthusiasm hopefully infected people like yourself. And you know, it's not really a guitar record either.
No.
You know,
That's actually, I was really surprised.
it's not like a solo in-your-face record. It's a record you can cook to maybe, or you can fall in love to. Like, I mean, I just, you know, I made it. It's an arc of my life so far. You know, my relationships with people, my relationships with this world. So I think that
It's your experiences, like
Yeah.
the point of view
As a
early
writer.
20.
exactly as a writer, I just want to explore writing, singing, and guitar playing all on an even playing field. And this record was my first attempt. So
Yeah, it's like I think I told you the other day too. Your record also has a very mature
thank you.
element to it. You know, whether it's just, you know, the songwriting style, the arrangements.
I generally think I'm too big for my britches, which is maybe me trying to not act my age. But I want to be able to listen to this at 35 and still be like, yeah, I believe that guy, or that, yeah, that still applies. And I'm still trying to figure out the problem that I had on track 9
Right.
when I'm 40, you know.
Right.
So in that sense, I that's highly appreciated. You know, thank you.
Yeah, like you said, live.
Yeah,
you don't care about the band notes live.
We
recording. I know it's going to bug you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it is true. It's true. I mean, like live, when we're playing live, I go for it. It is head pedal to the metal. It's fast and it's hard, and again, it's not careless, but you can't get caught up on, oh, I missed that thing and now I'm playing a bad show. I just went from great show to bad show. It's like, you know what? Maybe I didn't do what I didn't do what my mind intended me to do.
I was gonna say, I think you need a little bit more energy live. It's just not enough enthusiasm or energy.
Yeah, about how lackluster the performance is. And the funny thing is, there's like this page on Instagram. It's like the Paul Childers Faces page, and it's people are collectively they're collectively gathering screenshots of parts of a video that are not supposed to be paused, and using those faces as, you know. I wish I could control it, but there's an emotive level of, you know, when the music takes you there, when blues takes you there, when jazz takes you there, when pop takes you there, I just lose control, you know, and yeah. I'm not going to stop it. I'll decide right now, I'm not going to stop it.
Right. Yeah, you leave everything on the stage.
That's true. That's true. And, you know, but I just think that if someone's going to come see me play, they deserve that. Right. And it's my duty to give it to them.
And I think you do that.
Thank you.
That's what I'm thinking.
Thank you.
So GoGo.
Yeah, the GoGo Tuner. In fact, you're going to hear pop just because I'm unplugging it because I have to show the camera. But this tuner that has been given to me from Mike, this is incredible. This is a hand-painted GoGo Horizon tuner. Is it Special Edition Horizon?
It's Special Edition Horizon.
The Horizon.
It started off as a Special Edition.
Yeah,
now it's a real Special Edition.
As it should be. Like, I mean, this thing is amazing. First of all, you can see it from space when it's glowing red or green, but it is painted like this guitar. And dude, I mean, come on. I saw that he came to a show, presented this, and I was like, dude, I can hardly play after the fact because it's so cool, unique. And I just, the minute I saw it, I couldn't quite fathom the fact that I would have something that matches like that. So the GoGo family, not only am I a part of it, I am ingrained and indebted by this incredible tuner. And this is the most custom tuner maybe on planet Earth.
Yes.
I'm not kidding. When you talk about one of a kind, this is one of a kind. PLC, Paul Childers. I mean, that's a dynamic duo right there. So I must say, I'm honored and proud to represent GoGo.
Now we want to really do something special. If you had to like make a tuner,
yeah.
And you were saying there's something about your Strat.
There is something about,
because you had mentioned your Strat many times in our conversation. So I'm like, that's only fitting that we try to get a Sonic Blue, and then also get your logo to TLC.
It's from the road to the studio to the bedroom. This is I've learned on this thing. I've written on this thing. I've discovered things about myself with it. I don't know why we have these kind of relationships with inanimate objects, but it's because they don't feel inanimate, you know? And to have something else
that's a part of your soul.
Yeah, it is. You latch on to these things.
You give it life.
Exactly. And it gives it back in return. So I don't know why these things do this to us. But this will forever be my favorite guitar. Just because of my relationship with it. So to have a tuner that looks like it,
forget about it, as we say in New York.
Forget about it. Where you're from.
Wherever I'm from. Forget about it.
When it comes to playing live, playing studio, playing in your bedroom, it doesn't matter where you're doing it. It doesn't start until you're in tune. And so to have somebody that is so passionate, not only to have somebody that is a figurehead for a company that can play like you play, and that is passionate about music like you are. So I'm just so proud to represent and honored.
I think the pleasure's all ours. That's for
Thank
sure.
you. Thank you.
You know, so I have to say, you're definitely one of my favorites that's come on recently.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. And again, from this point forward, as we keep touring, as we keep making records, or as we keep doing anything, Nashville, you never know what's going to happen day to day in terms of when you're going to need your guitar and when you're going to need it to be, at peak ability. So I'm so proud to represent and constantly be a part of it.
And on top of that, we have the same shoe fashion.
That's true.
Yes, by the way.
Yeah. This was unplanned and uncanny.
Well, I sent a memo where you're...
Nike. It's supposed to be unplanned. But no, I'm a big fan of shoes and fashion in general. And I just, you know, I like dressing up. At the shows, we wear suits and ties, even when it's 100 degrees, just because I like, you know, when B.B. King played, he never looked like a,
right.
He was never wearing a novelty T-shirt. Nothing against it, but Elvis was never wearing anything other than a gold jacket. You know what I mean? And there's just something I like about being a performer and kind of, again, it goes back to giving it everything I got, and that's a part of it. Right. Fashion's part of it. So there's just, you know, one song that Stay is kind of an A to a certain degree.
Yeah, we're gonna have to try that. I do a really interesting version of your song.
How about I
do an interpretation of your song.
And hey, I think Mike's got to be Mike. Yes. Okay, so I'll do the bed, and you do your thing.
I will attempt to try to do your song.
So why don't you stay? Stay a little long. No sense in leaving a fight in this feeling. Take one. That is Stay by Van Halen. Yeah.
Just like the record.
Exactly. That's if you want to know.
It's on the B side.
The representation of my record. Boom.
There you go.
See, that's the thing about music is that you can bring these things together that society, whoever might say shouldn't be, but when you get in the room, it shouldn't matter. Can you cuss on this show?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not?
You can just put
We're R-rated.
Put a beep in. But yeah, I mean, like that's those changes, and that's the thing. As a pop musician, you try to take that's not a. You've got it's the 1 chord to the 2 chord to the 4 chord to the 5. I guess 5 over 1, but those aren't blues changes, but you can do the blues things over them, and that's where my bread gets buttered. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. Man, you got the whole melody version
Bye.
podcast, we spoke. Well, you speak way too much.
Yeah, I don't
apparently, I guess. So I found it interesting that you don't know how to read music, or you don't read music.
Yeah.
But you actually seem to know a lot about theory and the way you arrange chords.
Yeah, arranging for me is just as fun as guitar playing, and as is writing and as singing. You know, I like to be, I like to learn as much as I can about all different aspects, but I've not ever studied properly. You know, I couldn't tell you if you handed me a piece of sheet music what that says, right, or how to play that.
You seem to know, because we were just playing on another cut, and you're like, well, is that a sus9? So I'm like, well,
yeah,
does he know how much theory, that you do know some theory, or
I'm
a
addicted,
good degree?
I am absolutely addicted to harmony. Right. So when I hear something that has 9s, 11s, 13s, that to me is I chase those things when I make records. Yeah. You know, and my record is not a blues record. It's not really a guitar record.
You know, that was a big surprise too.
And
you have to understand. Well, I think when I was introduced to Paul,
the live show is crazy.
The name that came up over and over from everybody who described you is Stevie Ray, Stevie Ray, Stevie Ray. So however you want to take this next statement. So I asked Paul if he can send me his record. I get the record and I put it in my car. Just has to pass the my car test. I don't hear Stevie Ray.
No.
And I'm like, what is everybody talking about? So I go and I Google him. I saw at the NAMM 2016, January.
Yeah, we were playing in January.
And I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
The guy's a mother on guitar.
So we can't cuss on this show.
So, yeah, I was extremely impressed. Not only this, actually, that you had that Stevie Ray, or that blues style, but the energy or the feel that you put behind it. I think that's the magic that you have. You know, that you really feel it.
Yeah, and it's so funny. There's this page on Instagram that's devoted to the faces I make because they're screenshotting videos at the wrong time. And I do wish I could control it, but it's just, it's not something I want to turn off. Like, when I play
and for the people out there, what's the name of that page?
No, don't even search it. But when I play guitar, or when when music takes over, you lose inhibition. And so, I'm never going to stop making faces or contorting or doing yoga poses while I play, just because it's so emotional for me. I don't know. And it's not some kind of gimmick or anything like that. It's just... I really feel it, and I felt it since the minute I heard Stevie Ray Vaughan play, or Hendrix play, or B.B. King, or Eric Clapton. Those guys, that blues. I think the history of music finds the source in blues, and for me, I didn't want to make a guitar record. I just wanted to make a record that again explored writing, arranging, guitar playing.
Well, it sounded like a lot of your record, when you do add solos, or when it actually live is probably a better way of saying this, you add a lot of blues over your solos.
Yeah.
But I think your material is still almost like more jazz oriented.
Yeah, the chords,
and you're doing the blues.
The chords.
Over
that's a good way to put it. The chords remain more contemporary and more colorful. Again, I want to chase harmony, and so when you can write a song and it's got A to a B minor to a D to an E, you can play that. But for me, I kind of like to go like. And again, it opens up. You can play these blues notes and these blues licks like the. All that blues
Hendrix
stuff.
In there as well.
Yeah, a lot of that, like you listen to Access Bold as Love, that I am stealing it from there like it's nobody's business. you know. But that's what you do. Like, I've been stealing licks from my favorite guys for years, and I think that taking things that you learn from videos. I mean, I was raised on YouTube pretty much when it comes to guitar playing. Taking those things and applying them to what I find chordally interesting or lyrically interesting. That's what I really love. I think blues will never die. Guitar will never die.
From a songwriter, like, who's your influences?
Oh, man.
I mean, I can hear your guitar influences.
Yeah, for me.
But from like your three favorite
songwriters. Sting, a guy that, you know, is not afraid to tell a story or use a word like Mephistopheles or something in a song.
Is he rhyming
it? It depends sometimes. But, you know, people that aren't afraid to. Paul Simon, Seal, you know, and D'Angelo, like, so, and maybe from a groove perspective too, things like D'Angelo, things like the Roots, that sense of making your whole body move to a groove instead of just your head or instead of just hearing a click track, making your whole body not know exactly where the downbeat is or exactly where the one is. I think everything you have to, not only do you have to consider harmony or pitch or, you know, tempo, but groove, rhythm. Those are just as important when you're making a record or you're writing a song. So I like to, you know, from the source, suss out everything that's going to be, you know, a part of those mantras or those pillars of music. So as a writer, though, yeah, I'd say, or I guess lyrically, people that are writing. I like music that makes you think beyond "I love you, you love me."
And you did say that to me earlier.
I know.
I feel it.
Good, because it's true.
We've gotten quite close in the last.
It's been great. It's been like, and that's the thing, when you can have a relationship, not only with your instrument, but with people that help you play it and companies that help you, you know, get where you're going when it comes to it daily on a show. I mean, I know that if I called you, I was like, dude, my tuner's broken. Can I get one overnight? It would happen.
It's there.
Exactly. That's how it is.
I don't know if I can get another blue one overnight. But.
He's like hand painting himself. But like that sense.
That will be a really special one night too.
But that you know, that sense of camaraderie and a familial, like, it's a go-go family. You know, to be on the roster with all the same people that are on it, it's an honor.
We have a pretty.
It's stout.
Awesome
it's stout.
It's one of those.
Well, if you'll consider me on it, I'm absolutely proud of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a special. I mean, for me, it's, you know, people have heard me tell the story many times. But it's so rewarding. These relationships, you know, that we developed. Like, you know, even you call me or me calling you, or
it's symbiotic for guys like me too.
And it's a very. The best way to say it's a rewarding experience. It's a long journey.
Good.
Long, hard journey.
Well,
you know, just like with music, just like when you're trying to make it. So yeah, it's just been especially something special for me, you know, and getting to talk to you, and then just tell me what you're going through on the road. A lot of times we're just,
sure.
You know, you're like, hey, I'm in a minivan. This is what the deal is. And,
you know, it's so funny. You do the vans, you do the 15 passengers, you do the buses, you fly to gigs, and I will say, like, the cars, the road trips, the crammed in, the drum set's literally in this seat, and you're here leaned against it. That is the most memorable, and to me the most, like, so as a small act, or however you want to call it, or as an up and comer, I will never forget these moments of.
Yeah, it's what molds
you. Some people call it struggle. I call it. I don't know. I just call it. You know, it's a part of the timeline that will be forever cherished.
And it comes into your playing, actually.
Thank you.
I think it. I think as you evolve.
Yes, absolutely.
And going through that journey.
That's
making you hitting that note, bending that note a little bit harder than usual.
Oh yeah, all those blues guys.
The pain.
Those blues guys call it mileage.
That's right.
Well, you should jam on that. Stay. I want to hear your version of it, your take on it.
On which song is that? I've never heard that song before. next for you? So how long ago did you release?
So we
Naked
released
Poetry
it at the end of April, and it blew our expectations away with the response critically and both from fans and people that are just now discovering it. It's I don't know. I'm just so inspired to keep creating. So I think what's next immediately is writing songs, discovering more about guitar. I've been playing more piano recently, and I find the more that I play piano, the more I yearn for this, which makes me play it even harder and even stronger when I pick it up again. When you find like that chord on a different instrument, it makes me just miss playing it on this one. So creation is always paramount for me. But we're touring Naked Poetry like crazy. We've been all over the country, and it continues. It just continues on. This week is NAMM in Nashville, which if you don't know what that is, it's like going to Willy Wonka's factory at a convention center that just has gear upon gear upon gear upon gear, including things like GoGo Tuner and guitars.
And I heard you have a pretty cool gig this Friday.
Yeah, I do have a pretty cool gig this Friday. Immediately, in the immediate future, is the GoGo takeover of the hippest club by far in Nashville, Acme Feed and Seed. It is from R&B to country to jazz to rap. It has it all, and GoGo's taking it over from 5 to 7 this Friday. Right. It's going to be so hip.
And Acme and GoGo were going to release a DVD of this entire event, and there's just a lot behind it. So
Acme's the club. I mean, if you're going to be playing a club in Nashville, it's just a staple. I mean, it's right on Broadway, but they allow so much more than just country.
Yeah, they have sort of like one foot in Nashville, and then
it's just a melange of great music.
Very progressive in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Carl's a pretty creative guy.
He's a good person too.
Yeah. I know you're on the road.
Yeah, on the road, touring, doing everything we can to keep promoting, what I think is a brand of music that's all my own.
And one of the things that we should probably say, you have a really cool gig coming up. When is it? October? In Austin?
Man! Oh gosh! I'm opening for Robert Cray, which I mean, as far as the pillars of people that have influenced guitar, and that like Chicago, and again, a guy that mixes R&B and a lot of jazz and a lot of soul music into blues playing.
He's a great singer too.
Oh, he can sing his butt off. He is so incredible, and I have the opportunity to open for him. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. We're gonna be back at the guitar at Songbirds on Chuck Berry's birthday, honoring Chuck Berry, and they have one of his guitars there.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm gonna ask them to play it. They won't let me, but I'm still gonna ask.
And then you recently did the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
We played the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
for the Stevie Ray, which is just fitting again.
Gosh, you talk about again shoes that shouldn't be filled, don't need to be filled, but just again to honor and to try to
fill them your way,
Yeah, just to thank, really. Those are people that you thank. You don't do it personally, but with your instrument, you thank them for the influence that they've had on you, and to be that kind of just to be present and to know. My biggest thing is to always look up and just be like, these are the moments that you'll never forget. So don't take them for granted.
And that was the other thing too. I noticed with you, you have such a, like you were talking about, I'm passionate about the tuners and my businesses, and I know that you're so passionate about music. Yeah. And I see how much it affects you. When the other day we were talking about Mozart and about the original improvisers and
you can talk about improvising in Western music goes back as far as Bach, Beethoven, Mozart. There's only one written version of those songs because they didn't have records. They couldn't record. You couldn't have Mozart live at the Fillmore. But that one version kind of became the version, and now it has to be played the same. But they were improvising like crazy over a lot of those melodies. And there's this great talk between Bill Evans and his brother that talk about that. But I just think that for me, improvisation and always knowing that songs will change when you play them live. Like I can write a song in a studio and that's that version, but the minute we play it live, it will change. And being open to the change.
Or like that song that we're doing Stay. I was going to say that we attempted to play.
Yeah.
Stay.
No, you killed it.
The variation of Stay, but every time, you know, there's several videos of you doing it.
Sure.
And there's an acoustic version that you do completely different.
Yeah.
And there's a version I think you did at some like a Miss USA pageant.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, we were part of it.
And that was another version. And then, of course, like you said, your recorded version is, again, a little bit different.
And it's not, you know, I know there are certain rules to when you want to have people sing your song back, but once you've gotten past that chorus melody, you're free. I feel free to, again, explore the song every single night.
But you're always sticking to your melody, though. Mm-hmm. I know you go up in tangent.
When you get a good melody, you keep hitting it and keep hitting people with it. But it's just amazing to me how, and even the meanings of a song will change. You know, sometimes when you're not in love, that song means something different. When you are, you know, when you're not incandescently happy, that song means something different than when you are. Sure. And I love going through those motions personally. You know, every night I sing that song, it's any song that I've written. You know, it might hit me a different way. Right. It's never lost on me that, you know, one, we're lucky enough to create and lucky enough to write, because I don't feel like I am coming up with these things. I feel like the universe and God, whatever you want to call it, it's out there, and I chipped away enough at it. You know what I mean? I'm just a musical archaeologist. It's like, this has been here since the beginning of time. Music has been here and has always been here, and you just keep going for it. You keep practicing, or you keep noodling. Sometimes, you know, I'll be watching TV and figure out. I was like, oh my gosh, I've never done that before, or that would be a great lick for a tune or something. That kind of thing, you discover it, and then you just become its vessel, and you just like keep chasing it, keep going. And these songs keep, you know, they're just evolving every night, and I love the wave, and I ride it till it breaks.
I think you do. I've seen it. I've seen you love.
And then I crash. So
we're gonna like do a blues in G or something.
We could.
We're gonna like change it up.
If you ever do like a G minor. But like
let's do a G minor.
Dude, come on. This has been such a pleasure and honor.
You know, I mean, it's an honor for me. I mean, to actually jam with you too. It's been a lot of fun. I've been driving everybody crazy with your Stay song, by the way.
Thank you.
It's kind of funny because I'm a rock metal guy, so.
And now you're listening to adult contemporary.
Yes.
Light pop.
That'll be my next phase in life.
Everyone has a guilty pleasure, and let me be yours. TM.
On that note, welcome to the GoGo family.
Thank you, brother.